Hello everyone, today we are talking about multiple cryptos, not just the one, not just the two, because today's video is a continuation of a previous video that I made named Multi-Million-Dollar Plan with XRP, XDC, QNT, LCX, and HBAR. This is the other end of my portfolio, right? The smaller caps, more cryptos that I hold less of because they have more potential in terms of growth, in terms of market cap. So I don't need to hold that much in comparison to my other cryptos. So we have API3, CSPR, DAG, and ALBT. So two criteria I want to go over is unique qualities that stick out to me, that made me to notice this project and invest and keep reinvesting in this project, or these projects, sorry. The number two is the market cap versus the total addressable market. So first example would be Casper, tech plus connections, DAG, big data partnerships. You get the gist. So if that's something you're interested in, stay around to the end of the video. Leave a like down below. And without further ado, here we go. Okay, so for number one, we have Casper. Now, Casper is a layer one. A lot of people hear the word layer one. There's so many these days, they immediately switch off without looking even further into it. Right? There's too many to go over. But Casper is different for many ways. The first one I always talk about is future-proof. Right? It's upgradable smart contracts, allowing enterprises to add new features and make bug fixes to their on-chain code. Future-proof is needed, sustainability, longevity, everything involved. Also, Casper CBC specification, solving the blockchain trilemma when it comes to decentralization, scalability, and security, and actually designed by Ethereum developers. It's very important when it comes to the total addressable market just in a couple of minutes. We can also see here, in terms of IBM, in terms of tech, hybrid networks on permissioned and permissionless blockchains with Hyperledger and IBM. Now, there's a lot of connections when it comes to IBM and the World Economic Forum in terms of Davos, huge presence, and also there at 2023, we spoke about billionaires, leading corporations, Apple to Volkswagen, all that stuff involved. And you can also see what really turned my head to Casper recently is this interview here. So, 45 plus non-disclosure agreements, and the majority of them are Fortune 500 companies. There is no wonder, no coincidence they have such a huge presence at Davos. I'm very interested for the future of Casper. Now, when it comes to the total addressable market, that is a tricky one. Right? They're positioned to be the enterprise-grade blockchain, accelerating adoption, future-proof in terms of scaling their TPS when it comes to what you need when it comes to sharding, and they're looking to be the Ethereum 0.0. Just that market in terms of market cap comparison is huge. And along with solving the blockchain trilemma, let's just say, to close off Casper, it is definitely more than the market cap. The total addressable market outweighs it heavily. Even though it's been updated recently, it was a lot lower last time I made a video on it. So here we have DAG, big data. DAG's focuses on big data, right? When it comes to especially the Hypergraph Transfer Protocol, the HGTP was built specifically for data, controlling data, managing data, in a decentralized manner. And with centralized systems, the data is stored on a small number of servers or a single server, subject to attack. With DAG, it is stored on a multiple number of nodes on the network, more secure. Also, it's a layer 0 project. The more traffic on the network, the more efficient it becomes, right? The more efficient it gets over time. Comparison to Ethereum, Bitcoin, more traffic, the slower it becomes. Also, the partnerships are very, very important. As if you want to go over here, let me scroll down. So we can see product-wise, we can see Helium, Door Traffic Miner, Earning DAG, Qcoin, LCX, Quant, and business, we can see Splunk, Konami, Amazon Web Services, went over this in detail, and the US Air Force. Currently, DAG is the only trusted distributed ledger technology by the US Air Force. On top of that, they got the gold stamp of approval by the Air Force Research Laboratory. That is no small feat. Also, total addressable market is in the trillions. Tokenizing all data, everything, all data, it is huge, right? One example, we can see an article here, inventor of the World Wide Web wants us to reclaim our data from tech giants. Created back in 1989, is in an era of growing concern over privacy. With the Graph Transfer Protocol, you can literally own and monetize your data. Also, a study here, I think it was by IBM, 2.5 quintillion bytes of data generated every day. That is literally insane. Safe to say it is in the trillions. Now, as I said with CSPR, a lot more to DAG, a lot more to go in depth with. I have other videos on DAG on my channel. Now on to ALBT. Revolutionary in the sense that they are creating the first globally compliant, decentralized financial marketplace with a compliance layer, DeFi layer, and data layer. Compliance layer allowing for compliance for users on their platform, the DeFi layer allowing for cross-chain compatibility on their platform, and the data layer, users can tokenize, monetize the data that they generate. And on the website, we can see Alliance Block seamlessly brings DeFi and TradeFi together. The future of finance is an integrated system in which the best of both worlds can work together to increase capital flows and technological innovation. We're making that a reality. So all on the same platform, they're integrating DeFi, TradeFi, asset tokenization, data monetization, peer-to-peer lending, all on the same platform. Also, the ecosystem is a very important part of Alliance Block. We can see Flare, Polygon, L1, Hedera Hashgraph, Energy Web, API3, just about to go into API3 and Amazon Web Services Activate, and Quant Network. A very important part of this partnership is the overledger, right? Allowing Alliance Block's DEX to have any-to-any swaps, pretty much zero fees in a compliant manner. And to finish off ALBT, the total addressable market is bridging TradeFi to DeFi. That is literally huge when you think towards fintech. And we're talking about billions, then approaching the trillions. But also when I say that, for all of these categories, I'm not saying the whole market, right? I'm saying a percentage, a portion of that market. You know, when you compare it to, it pales in comparison to $13 million market cap ALBT. It pales in comparison to DAG's $60 million market cap when you think about big data, right? It gives you an idea of how far and how high these cryptos can really go in the future. Lastly, API3, probably one of my favorites because it's so under the radar, and I'm currently staking a lot on API3. Quite decent returns, I think it's 20, 15%, something like that. Keeps fluctuating. So it's a first-party oracle, removing the middleman. Comparison to third-party oracles, they're hefty fees, compromised smart contract security, and there's no guarantee of accuracy. There's a lot of problems, right? Also, when it comes to regulatory problems, look no further than API3 when it comes to being fully GDPR compliant. I suggest in your free time, go and have a little read of the white paper. Very easy to understand. I will leave it down below. Also, Burak has previous work with Chainlink. Very interesting because obviously they're known as the Chainlink killer. It brought API3 to my attention, and I think it is better in Chainlink in terms of returns, but I don't hate Chainlink. I think Chainlink is actually a very good investment, but it's more profitable. It's like going towards, regardless of fundamentals, you know, Bitcoin versus ETH. You know, ETH is going to give you more returns, but obviously it's a different story. It's very different. Now on to ecosystem, right? Ecosystem, where is API3? Partners, it's huge, right? So Open Bank project, we know it's a 10-year partnership. They're in there for the long term. We see Alliance Block, as mentioned before, Polygon, Chain API. Oh my God, I'm going upwards. Further down, we can see here Pantera, big groups here, you know, CoinFund, Hashed, Equilibrium, Digital Currency Group. Went into detail with them a lot in previous videos. Also, if you look at the API3 Alliance, in terms of organizations, the list goes on and on and on, right? Here we can see, you know, on and on and on and on and on. A lot of API providers have joined API3 this year, last year, sorry, 2022. You probably heard of them, Ambi and AccuWeather. So many more. Also, when it was the seed investment, it was $3 million spent in seed investment in API3. That is huge. Big players have their eyes on API3. Now, in terms of oracles, the total addressable market of oracles is rapidly expanding, rapidly growing, which suggests there's room for more than one oracle, right? There's room for one more or more, but being named the Chainlink here. Let's go to oracles as well in terms of market cap on CoinMarketCap. So Chainlink is $3 billion. Second place, UMA is 110 million. You know, huge difference there. In API3, 86 million. So much more room for growth. And also when it comes to the total addressable market of the global API management, we can see $1.8 billion in 2020 and $13.65 billion in 2028. Huge growth. Also, when it comes to tapping into growth of off-chain data, combined with the compound effects of staking that they offer, compounding over and over, API3 is a very profitable investment, I think, personally, going forward in the future. That's why I'm hugely invested. I have so much staked when it comes to API3. I have for a while. I've stopped adding quite recently, but it just compounds over and over and over, earning API3 for pretty much doing nothing. That is pretty much it for today's video. You can see as the examples I've listed, the actual addressable market is, you know, outweighs their market caps 10 to 1, 100 to 1, so on by so much. If they can capture a certain percentage of these markets, it will be good going forward. Will they all survive? Maybe, maybe not. Will some do well? Will some not? That's something I have to find out, but that's why I'm diversified between 4 of them. They'll have great potential, great future, We will have to find out. Please let me know down below, what does your low cap portfolio plan look like? What do they look like? I know Goms93 Discord has been pushing forward to me ARC RKC. I have to check that one out, and maybe it might be on my portfolio. But maybe it's fun the video. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave it down below, and I will see you guys in the next one.